This was a really interesting setup. 1 hour I had hit a flipper block, so we're on the down, and that's fine. So our bias is down, and we have some flipper blocks over here, and we made this first leg, and as we got to here, I projected that we'd expect something like this, down D1, and then we would build the sim this way and head down. However, what actually happened was D1 was quite shallow, and RT1, RT2, normally I was expecting RT1 to look like this and a proper D1 and RT2 and then down for the real move. That's my projection. But what actually happened was far more interesting, because as we made this very shallow D1, I said, we wouldn't really have sim unless sim went all the way up here with this. But we had such a shallow D1, and look at what Price went to do to build this internal liquidity. A very unique way of doing it, but they come in variations. So D1 actually got incorporated into all of these. Into the R2, it became a hybrid, and all this is internal liquidity, and we actually had sim this way with this orange line, and then all this internal liquidity was ripe for the taking, for the squeeze, and we did squeeze. So the standard way of building, with D1 being prominent, but a shallow D1 leading to RT1 and RT2 kind of blending in with D1. And we even had symmetry inside of here. And then this was a actual trade in a replay with 2R. An actual practice trade based on all this stuff, but an understanding of what this symmetry is about. Symmetry is really about this building of internal liquidity so that D2 could come and take it after RT1, D1, RT2, D2. Like this. RT1, D1, RT2, D1 being so shallow that we built more stuff into here, and then we can squeeze. And the squeeze is what allowed me to put a 2R target. So TLDR, understanding the 1 hour down bias, understanding a two-legged retracement, looking for symmetry in there somewhere, building the internal liquidity only to squeeze for the move. Look at this squeeze. This was quite nice for 2R.